Imagine your condo building burns down and you find out that you may not be able to rebuild it. Not because of money or insurance and not even from permits, but because a document expired. In the Pacific Palisades, a condo complex was destroyed in the January 2025 fire. One resident who literally carried his paralyzed mother down 5 flights says that the community's CC&Rs expired on January 1st, 2024, and nobody caught it. Now the HOA is stuck. Without valid CC&Rs, they can't properly vote to rebuild or sell. The board reportedly can't even authorize a rebuild, can't formally vote, and can't even use disaster-related procedures because the legal framework that gives the HOA its authority no longer exists. A judge reviewing the matter said that the court cannot simply just turn on the CC&Rs because of California's Davis-Stirling Act. It doesn't give them that power. Reinstating them would require owner and lender consent, which is almost impossible in a displaced community. Here are the practical lessons for every condo or HOA. Number 1, the CC&Rs aren't just boring paperwork. They're the community's operating system. They authorize the HOA or the condo to levy assessments, hire contractors, approve construction projects, spend insurance proceeds, and make binding decisions on behalf of the community. When CC&Rs expire, the HOA loses legal authority to act at all. It becomes a group of individual owners with no governing mechanism. That's why they can't just rebuild. Again, not because they don't want to or the permitting process prevented it, but because there is no legally recognized decision-making process anymore. And number 2, reconstruction requires a valid voting structure. Rebuilding a multi-million-dollar shared building requires a formal vote, proper notice, documented approval thresholds, and a board empowered to sign contracts. Without CC&Rs, none of that exists. You can't rebuild a condo with handshakes. The law requires structure, and unfortunately for them, that structure expired. Some California HOA attorneys warn that once the CC&Rs expire, reinstating them can require extremely high thresholds, sometimes unanimous owner and lender consent, which is a brutal lift in any community, let alone one that's already displaced and traumatized. This is why the article mentions the possibility of what's called receivership. If the community can't legally act, a court-appointed receiver steps in and may recommend selling the property rather than rebuilding it. If you're on a board or you're the kind of owner who actually wants to prevent disasters, do this now. Check your CC&Rs for expiration or renewal language, especially for older communities. Put critical document dates on a shared calendar and board agenda annually. And keep a single source of truth governing documents, amendments, legal opinions, insurance, reserve plans, organized and searchable. That's critical. It has to be all in one place and easily identifiable. Now, if you're thinking, shoot, who's paying attention to this? Nobody would notice this, right? That's not uncommon. It's how most HOAs are actually structured. Many communities don't have someone explicitly responsible for tracking document expirations, so they fail quietly until it's too late. The fire was tragic enough, but the situation didn't become a crisis just because of the fire. It became a crisis because a legal loophole existed before the fire and no one saw it. Solium is built exactly for this kind of risk prevention, keeping governance documents and key deadlines visible so the board is all working from the same reality. We're Solium and we provide the software for running your community well. One feature is Solium Assistant, our AI tool that answers questions based exclusively on your governing documents and your state laws. Solium isn't replacing lawyers or boards. It's about surfacing risks early before a missed expiration date or an overlooked clause traps a community when the pressure is highest. If you'd like, I can show you how other communities use Solium to reduce this kind of risk. A 15-minute call could save you from a world of HOA hell later.